Well, you know what sound that is, folks. You bet. It's another ElkWorks Noon Whistle. I'm Chris Trottier. I was on a week break with a family trip to Disney World, and it was hot, but it was a great trip. And thank you, Mr. John Anzalone, for doing this all on your own. Well done. And let me introduce my partner.
Hey, well, I'm John Anzalone, and welcome back, Chris. It was lonely without you, and wasn't the same. But today we have Connie Gatz from the Elkhorn Fine Arts Booster Club.
Hello,
Welcome, Connie.
gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. So, Connie, tell us a little bit about, how I was a principal at the time, so I remember kind of how it grew and started, and give us a little bit about, the history of the Fine Arts Boosters and kind of your current state and maybe some of your celebrations up to this point.
Sure. So the boosters were the brainchild of a couple of us whose kids graduated actually in 2018. Up until then, we were really busy, like being parents of kids who were involved in the arts, which is basically
Very involved.
Really involved.
Yes, very involved.
So we were busy being, like taxi drivers and groupies and backstage roadies and all of that stuff. And once our kids graduated, we sat around for a few months and said, we've got time now and we can actually do this thing that we had talked about for a couple of years, about starting a Fine Arts Boosters. Other schools have like band boosters and things like that. And we thought we could do that, but we could also encompass all of the arts because it's important. Supporting the arts in that way is important within
When you say all the arts, Connie, can you list all the arts that are included in that?
For sure. We support the Fine Arts Boosters at Elkhorn, support theater, band, choir, forensics, culinary arts.
Oh.
We support culinary arts, and fine art. So, painting, photography, kids that are doing work in that area.
Nice.
So we got together. I want to say in 2019 we started tiptoeing into organization. 2019, early 2020, the pandemic. So we were organizing. The pandemic sort of
Interrupted everything.
Shut it down a little bit. But
gave you time to get organized.
Get that 501(c) figured out.
But once we were able to start meeting again after things reopened, the boosters have started to gain steam.
Yeah.
Really, we've been chugging along and we've been accomplishing some wonderful, wonderful things.
What have you done?
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Wow. So,
Connie, didn't you have a pretty big summer this recently? Something happened.
We had a wonderful summer. So our mission with the boosters is twofold. We want to ensure that our art students and our educators in the high school have resources and opportunities. So one of the things we raise money for is to provide experiences for kids, and we put out an appeal to all of our teachers for a wish list appeal. So we raise money for things like that. The other thing we raise money for is scholarships, and we raise money for senior scholarships as well as for summer enrichment scholarships for underclassmen. And our fundraising effort this summer, we started it last summer. Our second year this summer was our big Kids from Wisconsin show, which we had
program
back on July 3rd. And it was enormous. It exceeded our expectations.
As big as the fireworks it was amazing, Connie.
So much fun. It was so much fun. We were so gratified by how many tickets we sold, by the businesses that were sponsors for our show. Having businesses sponsor the show meant that 100% of our ticket sales will go towards our scholarship program.
Hey, Connie,
All
quick
the
question
money
for
we
you.
raise will go
Question for you.
towards the kids.
Tell us a little, just because for those of you, the many viewers who are on, tell them about the show. Like, is it a traveling show? Were we unique in having this group come? Is it going to be a regular occurrence?
Sure. So the Kids from Wisconsin is actually a unique program. It is nationally recognized. It's a nationally recognized program, unique here in Wisconsin. It is a pre-professional group of kids, ages 15 to 20, who come together. They audition to be in it. Over 800 kids auditioned to be in this year's show. 36 of them were chosen.
I have a question for you,
Yes.
Connie. Did we know anybody in the show this year?
We did.
Great question.
Did actually know, and I wanted to grab this.
John, were you in it?
No, close though.
Oh man, Mr.
Our
Chapman.
hometown kid, Mitchell Falcon.
All
Boom.
right.
All right, Mitchell.
2022 graduate Mitchell Falcon was in the show. He was in the band. He was the keyboard player in the band this year. So Mitchell was one of those 800 kids that auditioned, and one of the 36 kids that got in.
Is it too soon to tell us are they coming back next year or not?
They are coming back next year, and this will be year 3 coming back. We are planning on making this our yearly summer fundraising effort.
Do you have any dates?
We are working on the dates right now.
Got it.
We have chosen what we believe to be the optimum opportunity for dates, and we're waiting to hear back if we've chosen 3. We're waiting to hear back if we will get any of those.
Connie,
And then we've chosen a couple other ones that are, but listen, Elkhorn has a lot of fun stuff that goes on all summer long, and a lot of great musical things that go on. And so it's hard to try not to go up against other things, like Das Fest and Rib Fest and stuff on the square. You want to try to make it so that people are going to be available to come to your show as well.
Yeah.
So
they do more than just their show though, correct?
They do.
What else do they do?
Part of bringing in the kids from Wisconsin, they come in, they do their show, but before the show, they offer a free Realize Your Dream arts workshop for the community youth. So this year, kids aged 7 to 14, we had 22 kids take advantage this year. Last year, we had over 50 kids take advantage of the workshop. This year, I think it was because of the holiday weekend. So,
understandable.
That's about the dates that you choose. But we were thrilled. We had 22 kids come in. It's really a workshop where you get into the nitty gritty of what it's like to be a kid from Wisconsin. They learn about what it's like to put together a show. They can see from the technical side of things. They learn a song, they learn dance. Anybody who's an instrumentalist can spend some time with the band. It's a wonderful, wonderful workshop. Completely free. It's just a great way. And all of the participants got to see the show for free that night as well.
Awesome.
One other thing that we did also, about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, a small group of the kids came back. We sponsored them to come back and perform a sensory-free program at the Lakeland School during their summer school session as well. Kids from Wisconsin has a sensory-free show that they do in Milwaukee and in Madison. And they were kind enough to come back and perform a bit for our kids at Lakeland School as well.
That's great.
So we really thank them for doing that.
Yeah, so that's a wonderful show. And I want to move on a little bit, though.
Sure.
I'm looking to get my mom a poinsettia. You know anywhere I can go to get one?
Ooh, it's getting about that time, John.
It is. Let's start talking. Summer's over.
Does the Fab do
Summer's
anything with
essentially
poinsettias?
over. And you have my
That's a great
condolences for
idea.
that, guys. Yeah, the Fine Arts Boosters will be our second fundraiser. We only do 2 of them a year. One's the kids and the other's poinsettias. We will be selling poinsettias this year again, and that sale will start in September. Mid-September, we're going to start that sale. And yeah, watch for news on our Facebook page. We are going to be launching our website also by the end of September. So I'll get that information to you guys, and maybe you can do a flashcard with
We'll do a plug for it. Yeah.
We'll plug that. This year, we will have all of our poinsettias and they come in all these fantastic colors. They are crazy great, including Elkhorn purple. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. As well as Christmas cactus, which are great, beautiful. My cactus from 2 years ago are still alive and they bloom every year. It's amazing.
Well, you can drop it off at our house. My wife will kill it in a day, so that's good.
No problem. And this year we're also going to be able to sell succulents too. They're doing Christmas succulent sets. So we're very, very excited to be doing that again. And it's a wonderful holiday fundraiser.
How does someone get involved in the Fine Arts Booster? Like, how do I sign up, get involved? I want to help. I want to be a part of it.
So you can message us on our Facebook page. As soon as our website is up and running, it'll be a lot easier to message us. You can go right there and become a booster. But becoming a booster is very simple. You can message us on our Facebook page. I or one of my executive board, there's 4 of us who are on the executive board. We will reach out to you and we'll get in touch and we'll get you signed up. It's $10 a year to be a member of the boosters. And we would love to have everybody let our students know that they support them in their arts endeavors, because that's really what being a booster is all about.
So, Connie, you got the fundraiser. You guys are the infrastructure set up. So this year, I know when we were talking in the pre-show, you were talking about where some exciting opportunities you see that the Fine Arts Booster wants to invest some of their fundraising. Where are you looking to spend some of that money? Where are you looking to boost and celebrate the kids, the programs this upcoming year?
So, we were for the last couple of years, we had been giving one senior scholarship to a graduating senior. Because of last year's Kids from Wisconsin show, we were able this year to triple that number. We gave 3 senior scholarships away this year.
Great job.
In addition, we funded and started our summer enrichment scholarship opportunity for the underclassmen. We felt that summer programs are expensive. Going to band camp, going to dance camp, doing things like that. We wanted to have an option for kids that maybe needed a little help doing that. They can apply for a small scholarship that helps offset those costs. So we started that. We gave $600 each to the theater, music, and culinary arts programs this past year. And we helped culinary arts buy a stove. We sent the theater kids down to the Milwaukee Rep for a high school immersion day. They saw Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, and they were able to take classes with the actors. And they had lunch down there. The band kids went and performed at the Field Museum. We helped sponsor that trip, and they saw a show. We're anticipating doing all of those things plus a little bit more this year. this is a Disney trip year.
I was just going to bring it up.
The program. And we have already started conversations about how we're going to be helping sponsor some of that. We've already met this year. We had our summer what would you call it? Our summer meeting, but it was a long one, and we talked about our own personal wish lists for our group.
Good. Great.
And all the things that we would like to do. We'll be launching our website. We'll have our newsletter. This year, we would like to get our students a little more involved. We talked about having student representatives join.
Nice. Great.
It's a good opportunity for them to have something, have a voice.
Sure. Yeah.
Too. And we also would like to start some workshops with with alumni. We have a lot of alumni out in the world doing fantastic things in the arts. Some of them are local, some of them aren't, but are willing to come back. And we'd like to start tiptoeing into doing some interesting. It might just be a talk. It might be a hands-on workshop, arts workshop. Yeah, so we're going to start developing that.
Great stuff. That kind of goes along, Connie, with, I believe, when the Holton Band plays, they invite alumni back to play with them, don't they, for the Christmas concert?
They do.
And then one other thing I don't want you to forget that we talked about before was, much like we have signing days for people who are going into athletics after high school, this year we had the addition of another signing day for kids going into another opportunity. What was that?
We did. And I'm so sorry. I get excited about all the things.
No, that's why we're here.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, no, one of our favorite things that we started this year was we started a fine arts signing day for our seniors that are graduating and moving on to college to study in the arts. And we did it in conjunction with the sports signing day. And it was wonderful. We kept moving the table back and forth between the sports kids backdrop and the fine arts kids backdrop. We've got kids that are getting scholarships to go and do wonderful things. And it's not even about getting a scholarship. It's about making the commitment to go off and study something that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of kids that do that. Not every year has a bunch of kids doing that, but I know the year my daughter graduated, there were like 18 kids that graduated and moved off and did something in the arts. And I don't think when we talk about it, we don't always think that people realize that there's that many opportunities to be doing things.
I agree.
In the arts
that
aren't necessarily all about performing, and
could be backstage, right?
Could be backstage. My daughter is not performing. She's working in management in the arts, and
right.
it's a career.
Sure.
There's so many opportunities. We want to celebrate those kids that are moving on and doing stuff.
Well, Connie, we appreciate you coming on, and we always like to close with thank yous. So I'm gonna let you start. You got about 10 seconds to give a quick shout out before we move on to John and I, and
I want to thank you guys for having me on.
Oh.
It's a wonderful opportunity to talk about something I'm very passionate about, which is our kids at the high school doing wonderful things in the arts. I want to thank everybody who is on my Fine Arts Boosters board with me. They work tirelessly to do all of this stuff, as well as all of the teachers at the high school who work with our kids. They're fantastic.
Well, thank you, Connie. John, who do you got today?
I think I'm just going to stay with the theme. I want to, thank the school district for all the opportunities and all the people that volunteer for booster clubs and all the things they're passionate about, because it gives so many opportunities to so many different areas, and we all like different things. and hopefully we all have the opportunities to do the things we like to do. So thanks, Connie. And yeah, thanks to all those other people behind the scenes that work so hard in our booster clubs and district.
I'm gonna thank one of our local employers, Lake Lawn Resort, Julie Horgan, as the executive director. For the last about 5 months, they have been supporting our students with disabilities and employing them and rotating them through a variety of businesses and getting them employability skills. So I just want to give a shout out to them for their support and making sure that all kids, just like the Booster Club, have full opportunity and access to all of the great things we're doing in high school. And John, I think that was your pointer finger.
It was my one more thing. I just remembered before we blow the whistle. If you want to get involved in the Booster Club, if you want to support the Booster Club, anything Fab Booster Club, just call the district office, 723-3160. We'll get you hooked up with Connie or someone else on the board and take care of you. But get involved.
Thank you very much.
All right. And on that note, thanks,
All
Connie.
right.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.